In 1923, deep within the sun-scorched Valley of the Kings, Professor Alistair Finch and his team unearthed what should have been the crowning achievement of their careers, the sarcophagus of Neb Hathor. This wasn't just another royal burial. The hieroglyphs spoke of a high priestess of such power that her name was both revered and feared. The intricate gold and lapis lazuli inlay depicted scenes not of a peaceful afterlife, but of cosmic dominion. For a moment, the world of archaeology held its breath. This was history itself, a priceless link to a forgotten age. But the celebration was short-lived. Just 3 days after the sarcophagus was opened, young Thomas, the team's lead illustrator, collapsed. He wasn't ill with a fever or a local malady. Doctors were baffled. He described a chilling coldness that had settled deep within his bones, a cold he swore had emanated from the sarcophagus chamber itself. His was the first case, but it would not be the last. The initial reports chalked it up to exhaustion and the desert heat, a tragic but explainable accident. Yet, as the sarcophagus was prepared for its journey to the Cairo Museum, a shadow began to fall over the expedition, a sense of foreboding that no one could quite articulate. They had found something magnificent, but they had also awakened something ancient and malevolent. The sarcophagus of Neb Hathor arrived in Cairo under a cloud of hushed whispers. As experts began their formal analysis, the object's peculiarities became impossible to ignore. The material itself was a geological impossibility. It was carved from a single piece of obsidian-like stone, yet it registered temperatures consistently 10 degrees colder than the ambient air, regardless of the environment. Under direct light, it didn't reflect. It seemed to absorb it, creating a pocket of unnatural dimness around itself. One physicist noted with a shudder that light particles appeared to simply vanish upon contact with its surface. But the true horror lay in the hieroglyphs. While most of the inscriptions were standard funerary texts, one symbol repeated itself obsessively, a sigil not found in any known dynastic lexicon. It was a spiral that turned inward, intersected by a single jagged line. When researchers attempted to phonetically reconstruct the name associated with this symbol, their equipment produced a sound that was both ancient and deeply unsettling. En-Haketh. The word itself felt wrong on the tongue, a discordant note in the symphony of history. This wasn't just an artifact. It was an object that actively defied the laws of physics. A silent, cold predator masquerading as a relic. It seemed to resent observation, to repel understanding. The team studying it began to report a constant low-grade hum that no recording device could capture, a sound they felt more in their teeth than heard with their ears. The physical anomalies were disturbing, but the true nature of the curse was far more insidious. It didn't bring swift death or dramatic plagues. It was a psychological contagion, a slow, creeping erosion of the mind that came to be known as the archaeologist's madness. The curse of Neb Hathor didn't kill. It isolated. Those who spent significant time with the sarcophagus began to change. Dr. Eleanor Vance, the lead epigrapher, was the first to fully succumb. She ceased all communication with her colleagues, barricading herself in her office with her notes. Her journals, once filled with precise academic observations, descended into paranoid scribbles. She wrote that the sarcophagus was speaking to her, not in words, but in feelings, in pure concepts. It told her she was the only one who truly understood its importance, that everyone else sought to exploit or destroy it. Her obsession grew, her mind twisting around a single dominant command that echoed in the silence of her self-imposed prison. A whisper that felt as old as the stone itself, a seductive and possessive murmur promising sacred knowledge in exchange for loyalty. You must keep it hidden forever. It was a command to become its eternal guardian, to sever all human ties, and to protect the artifact from the world. One by one, others who had been in close contact with the sarcophagus began to exhibit similar symptoms, intense paranoia, a belief that the object was communicating with them, and a terrifying, all-consuming obsession. They weren't dying. They were being claimed. What is the purpose of history? Is it to illuminate the past for the benefit of the future? Or are there some doors that were locked for a reason, some secrets that carry a cost too high to pay? The sarcophagus of Neb Hathor raises this terrifying question. The archaeologist's madness proved that some knowledge is not a key but a cage. The artifact was eventually deemed too dangerous for public display, too potent in its psychological influence. Today, the sarcophagus of Neb Hathor is not in a grand museum hall. It is secured in a climate-controlled lead-lined vault deep beneath the British Museum. Designated as item number EA777, access is forbidden. Study is forbidden. It lies in engineered darkness, its cold surface absorbing any hint of light, its silent hum a constant, patient thrum against the walls of its prison. But a prison for whom? For the object, or for the ancient, possessive consciousness within it? The curse is not gone. It is merely contained, preserved in the historical record, waiting for the curious, the ambitious, the next brilliant mind who believes they can unlock its secrets without paying the price. The madness of Neb Hathor is patient. It has all the time in the world. Thank you for watching. If this story fascinated you, consider subscribing for more journeys into the unknown corners of our world.